Alright, well, this is an update of my tank. Hold on one sec. Alright, well, as everybody knows, I have a Tiger Oscar, and I'm going to be moving him to a 55-gallon tank. He's getting enormous, and he's actually challenging my white on my camera right now. I got tired of the under gravel filter, and apparently that was what was causing my nitrate spike. I had a really big problem with nitrates, so did a little research and found out under gravel filters cause nitrate spikes for whatever reason, mostly because it takes the poop and it sucks it into the gravel and turns the gravel into your filtration. So, long and the short of it, it makes a mess of your tank. I took the filter out, or I took that out today, and it literally turned this tank completely brown. This is like 2 hours later after I cleaned the tank, or after I let the filters run for 2 hours, and then I cleaned the filters because the filters were just loaded. There was so much in the filters. It wasn't even funny. I dumped it out into a cup and I showed my mom, and she almost threw up because it looked like barf in a cup. But I emptied both filters. I cleaned them both out. They're brand new, everything in there right now. I moved one to the middle of the tank and left the other one on the corner. I left the air stone on that side, and I'm leaving the power head over here, not hooked up to anything for now. I will be getting a it acts kind of like a sponge filter. It's made by Aquaclear, but basically what it does is it attaches to the bottom of that power head, and it's a filter. It'll just filter off like some small debris and whatnot. But anyway, this tank is going to be broken down in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, people, and I get to set up my new 55-gallon. This weekend, my dad and I are going to be working on the upstairs and getting that done. And next weekend, we should have the rugs in and everything, and then the weekend after that is move-in. Actually, that whole week is move-in. I'm going to be moving stuff all week long, getting stuff up there. But the first thing I'm setting up there is my fish tank. I already have the stand assembled. And, yeah, I'm pretty excited. Only thing I'm contemplating is I took some measurements, and apparently I could fit my 30-gallon tank underneath my 55-gallon, but I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to do the gravel siphoning and stuff. But I'll figure it out. I think it'll be really nice. You got your big 55-gallon on top of the 30-gallon. Obviously, it's going to be on the floor. I'm going like this. But yeah, but this Oscar's going to have a great tank, as well as, all these guys. All these guys are moving with him. And, except for him. If he stays alive long enough. He looks like he's been getting beat up by the Oscar. You can see he's really, really getting beat up. His scales are all missing and everything. And these catfish too. These two emerald Cory catfish. One of them's on the other side of the log, I'm sure. And then 2 albinos. Those guys are all staying in this tank. And then the other tank is going to be my Oscar, my 2 parrot cichlids, my 2 boas, my Pictus catfish, and you can actually see him today, my Pleco. It's funny, he actually came out to say hello to you today. But yeah, he's enormous. He makes my Oscar look small. My Oscar's pretty big. And he eats like a fiend. I'm feeding him now. I finally got him to eat these bigger pellets. He's eating the Cichlid Bio Gold. So he's getting big fast, and I didn't read that this creates superior growth. Yay! It's gonna get huge. But he's still got a bunch of the little pellets still, so I'm trying to feed him a mix of both so that he doesn't, just power through the big ones. They're my parrot cichlids. I've had these guys for almost a year now. I love them both. The other thing they're all eating is these things, these rocky sinking pellets. If you don't have these, buy them. They all love them, especially my catfish, even though he doesn't really get a chance to eat them because everybody else attacks them as they're dropping in. But other than that, I mean, like I said, I moved some things around. I moved that filter over there, that filter there, and then the power head, has always been in that corner, but I moved it and I changed it around a little bit. The under gravel filter's out, and this is just an air stone at the bottom down there in the corner behind my plant, and that's that. I'll show you some water movement because the tank's really moving now. There's great current, all the way across the tank, and you can see when I turn on this power head, or when I turn up the airflow, there's a great amount of current moving that way. So basically what it's doing is it's all going like this, coming out. This is throwing the water off the glass here, and then it's bouncing back and going back and circling. It actually was creating kind of like a water tornado before. It was really cool. But anyway, before this video gets too long, because I'm just going to sit here and bullshit, that's the update.